So as Laura mentioned, my name is Cindy Droog. I actually work at Amway Global, which is the North American affiliate of Amway. So I don't get to walk into this beautiful building every day. We work in a warehouse in Spalding, but that's okay. So I thought, rather than talk about time, that I'd tell what I thought was a sort of an interesting conversation that Robin Limas, who's also from Amway Global, and I had this morning. He came over to my office. He's actually my former boss. So now I can pick on him, right? So he came over, and I was on Twitter, and I have, obviously, an Amway Global account that I manage, but also a personal account that I manage. And he sits down in my cubicle, and I said, well, I just added you on Twitter. He's like, you just added me? No, you added me like months ago. I'm like, well, I add you all the time. And he thought I said added, but I meant atted, because I made it up as a verb. I sent him a direct message using that little at symbol. So anyway, I just thought it was kind of funny because we went back and forth for like 30 seconds before we realized what it was we were exactly trying to say to each other. And then not 5 minutes later, when he walked out of my office, one of our employees, who's actually tweeting live from our 50th anniversary event in Las Vegas, sent me a note saying, it's Twitter tedium, and I don't think I'm going to have any new updates today. So we were trying to figure out if tweetium could actually be like one of the new definitions that they show you on Twitter. But we thought it might confuse people because, a tweetium could be Twitter tedium, or it could be like somebody that's, paranormally knowing what you're going to tweet before you do it. So we didn't want to confuse people. So how much time do we spend on social media? Amway Global is a really broad question that when I thought about it, I have a hard time answering it. I'm the only person where it's my full-time job, but that doesn't really mean much because it's a labor of love for a lot of people in our North American affiliate. Two of our bloggers, for example, Susan Julie Wilson and Robin Limas, are sitting here in the front row. None of us are paid to blog. We do it because we love it. We have like a passion for the dialogue that it creates with our distributors and our customers. It's funny, as the editor of our blogging site, I get to look at the timestamps of when people are posting their blogs. We get a lot of 3 a.m.ers, we get a lot of 6 a.m.ers, so it truly is a labor of love for a lot of people who've just embraced it. And so speaking of embracing it, I would say about 30% of my time in our organization is just talking with people about what social media can do for their various departments. So everyone from, say, human resources, who wants to use Facebook to recruit interns, for example, or perhaps customer support. I had a great meeting with them this morning to kind of talk about what JetBlue and other companies are doing that are excelling using Twitter, for example, as a customer service arm of their customer service, and they're very open and interested in coming up with a plan and a strategy for doing that in North America, which I'm really excited about. So I'd say we're looking at about like 30% time spent on seeding it and motivation. We have 15 to 20 bloggers that are really active in North America, and a lot of times I'm feeding them ideas and inspiring them and sharing stories just to kind of get them thinking and getting their wheels turning about what they could talk about and how they could encourage some of that engagement. So Jeff Ames is also here from Amway. Hi, Jeff. And hopefully he'll come up and talk about how we do this globally, because Jeff works on our global group who's helping to seed some of these ideas all around the world. So his job is similar to mine, but much more international in scope, which is pretty fascinating. I guess that's my story of time spent in social media. I could probably talk about this for 3 days, and I don't want to do that because that would be obnoxious. But I'm really curious to hear how everyone else spends their time doing this, because I think there's a lot we can learn about time management in the space, and I'm very open to that. So thank you for